Rapid prototyping is the process of creating a model of an idea, enabling an entrepreneur to discover flaws in his ideas to make improvements in the design. That means that while we are having an idea, we make a small model of that idea. And we now look at the shortcomings, the deficiencies in the idea. In order to improve that idea, we now make slight changes, we make some amendments, and as a result, what we get, we improve the overall idea. And this process of creating a model is called rapid prototyping. Then another method, a technique which is very useful, and it is used for evaluating the forces which are in support of the idea or the project, and on the other hand, those which oppose the proposed changes idea. This whole technique is called the force field analysis. Force field analysis is actually the idea which make the variables which are working, the, they look at the advantages and disadvantages of running a project or launching a product. So before we start this business, it is good for an entrepreneur to weigh both the advantages and the disadvantages. And this whole process of looking at the or evaluating the forces that support or that go against the proposed change is called the force field analysis. Then there is another thing called TRIZ, T-R-I-Z, TRIZ. This technique was developed by a Russian naval officer, Chenrich Altshola. Actually, while he was working in the Russian Navy, he came across certain problems and he then developed his technique for problem solving. Most of the time, we have seen that the right side of the brain is being used, whereas TRIZ is a left brain scientific step by step process which is based on the study of hundreds of most innovative patents across the globe. That means that he has studied many different patents, different innovations, and then he says that then you make your decision whether to go for it or you don't go for it. Now, I just share with you a sample, a figure of force field analysis. What we see here, there are two streams. One is driving force and the other is retaining force. And the issue is to launch a pharmacy department in a traditional undergraduate liberal arts college. What we see that there are 5 points which we see that driving forces say that there is shortage of pharmacists. So we must go for making a pharmacy department in our existing college. Another 5 points goes in favor of the revenue potential because there aren't any pharmacists, so the revenue potential is also very high. Fourth, that will increase the college reputation. So first thing we talked about, that college will produce pharmacists. There is shortage of pharmacists. So 5 points will go in favor of this issue. Then there is a revenue concept that it will enhance or increase the total revenue of the college. So 5 points go in that way. Then we see that it will enhance, it will improve the college reputation. 4 points go in this way in favor of the launch of a new pharmacy department. And four, a strong teaching tradition in sciences. Since the college has a strong teaching tradition, So 4 points go in that. You can see all this issue is written in the middle of it. On the right hand side, we say retaining forces. On the left hand side, it was driving forces. Retaining forces, that means which say that we should not go for launching this pharmacy department in the college. Cost of establishment, it will be a high cost, so there are minus 4 points. Then we talk about the mission consistency. Mission consistency means that how consistent we are in our mission for establishing this college. Minus 5 point go in this direction. That is against the college, launching of college. Third point is a small town. Since the town in which our college is located is a small town, so minus 2 point go in this way. So maybe there are very few people who would come for taking this pharmacy or joining pharmacy department. The last point, which is against the launching of this pharmacy department, that is loss on focus on undergraduate program. What it means that maybe the undergraduate program focus will be diverted from pure liberal, traditional liberal college or arts college to this pharmacy college. But what we see at the end, that we make a total. The total in favor of the college is 18, 5 points for shortage of pharmacists, 5 points for revenue potential, 4 points for enhanced reputation, 4 points for teaching traditions in sciences. So 18 points in favor, that is driving force. Retaining force, there is cost of establishments minus 4, mission consistency minus 5, small town location minus 2, loss of focus on undergraduate program minus 3. So in this way the total becomes minus 14. When we put both right hand side and left hand side together, what we see, the total score becomes 18 minus 14, that is plus 4. So the decision comes out to be launch pharmacy department. Now we talk about another very important thing in this ideas to reality topic, that is intellectual property. Intellectual property or protecting your ideas is an important thing. First thing here is the patents. Patent is actually a grant from the government Department of Patent and Trademark to the inventor of a product, giving the exclusive right to make, use, or sell the invention in the country. That means that, for example, we talk about insulin. There was time when only Welcome Pakistan, now it is GlaxoSmith and Klein, because after the merger of Glaxo Wellcome, Glaxo took over all the shares. It used to be only the Welcome Pakistan who had patents for insulin, and they were the only producers, and they had exclusive right of making it, using and selling it in the country. So patent is a specific grant given by the government to that inventor or that innovator. Trademark. Trademark is any distinctive word, phrase, symbol, design, name, logo, slogan, or trade dress a company uses to identify the origin of a product or to distinguish it from other goods on the market. When we say trademark, trademark means that, for example, if you see that specific style of T, you say that this trademark belongs to Toyota. Or you see a very specific way in which S is written. You say this is Suzuki. And what we say that this trademark is a unique or distinctive thing which belongs to that specific company. It distinguish the product from other goods on the market. For example, if there are five different cars standing in the market, you see the trademark and you say that this is Mitsubishi, or this is Toyota, or that one is Suzuki, or that is Honda. You know, this is how through trademark you distinguish the different brands or different makes. After trademark, there is another thing, that is service mark. Offers the same protection as a trademark but identifies and distinguishes the source of a service rather than a product. For example, TCS, for example, DHL, for example, FedEx. They all are service providers. So what they do, they have their service mark. Courier companies, in general, you say the courier companies, but every courier, TCS, has its own mark which is written on their motorbikes as well, their courier use, right? That is called service mark. Then we have trade dress. Trade dress, the unique combination of element which a company uses to create a product's image and to promote it. For example, you might have seen Pizza Hut. Their dresses are clearly distinguished from other companies. Or KFC. The people who work for KFC, their dress has a sign writing KFC with the face of that colonel who has started Kentucky. So trade trade dress. Similarly, if we talk about the uniforms used by different organizations, they are also trade dress. For example, PIA pilots, they wear a uniform and it is clearly saying that PIA, or you say that the pilots of other organizations. Then we talk about the copyright. Copyright is an exclusive right which protects the creator of original works of authorship, such as literary, dramatic, musical, and artistic work. Copyright is very, very common in the educational departments, in the educational world. And what we say that copyright means that only that specific person who is author of that book has the right to sell that product, or the publisher has the right to sell that product. He or she will be responsible for whatever is written in that book. However, on the other hand, what we say that you or I or any other person without the proper authority or permission of the author cannot take or reproduce or otherwise any portion or anything from that book without the proper permission. This is how the copyright works.